Ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, there lived an ostrich. This ostrich never believed that it always rains. Every time it came to rain, this ostrich buried his head in the sand and left the feathers outside. Whenever he was told it is raining, we need to get a shade and protect ourselves from the rain, the ostrich buried its head in the sand and said, "No, it is not raining." So on one fateful day, it happens that the rain did not rain as usual. It came with hailstones. As the ostrich buried its head in the sand, it began to feel something hitting on its back, and it was forced to pull out the head from the sand. When this ostrich pulled out the head from the sand, it really saw that there was a huge storm, and it remembered where it had come from. The eggs at its nest were left unattended, so the ostrich had to take off, definitely. But unfortunately, by the time it arrived at the nest, the hailstones had already broken all the eggs. Out of frustration, the ostrich collapsed and died. This is the story of Ugandan security forces. This is the story of Uganda police. This is the story of Uganda prison services. This is the story of Uganda People's Defense Forces. We have had scenarios in this country where a soldier shot and killed a minister just because he wanted 10,000 shillings. We have had situations in this country where policemen have shot themselves dead. As I make this video on the 24th of February 2026, police just came out a few days ago and said they are holding 2 of their own officers for involving in a theft and robbery using motorcycles. Call them boda boda. Just this week, a prison warder shot dead his OC, his in charge, and the wife of the in charge. But when Cop Ampe came out and complained about the undesirable conditions that the prison warders endure to serve this country, the spokesperson of Uganda Prison Services, Mr. Ine, came and said, no, Cop Ampe is just an indisciplined officer. Now, after this shooting, this same spokesperson is the man who was saying that, I think the man who killed the OC and his supervisor had mental issues. But if we may ask, what would be the cause of the mental issues for this officer? If not frustration, low pay, and a lot that comes with the stress of work. So, I want to talk about Uganda police. Every year we hear Uganda police recruiting new police officers, but we don't hear them build new houses. What do you expect? We hear of salary increment for soldiers, for policemen, but these are only media reports. But when we come to actually increasing the money, we don't see the money. So, the Uganda police, the Uganda People's Defense Forces, and the Uganda Prison Services are ostriches that are burying their heads in the sand and not admitting that there is actually a huge issue within the force, that there is actually a lot of frustration that is going on amongst the soldiers. And that puts the country at a very desperate and dangerous position because the forces are turning slowly to a ticking time bomb. Because if you look at the reasoning behind the shooting of the OC of that prison by that prison warder, I don't think being found on WhatsApp or on TikTok merely could escalate to exchange of bullets. It means there was already premeditated kind of anger, there was already kind of malicious ideas that were already running in his mind. And these ideas of malicious kind of intent do not just come from nowhere. If this guy was mad, he could have shot at anyone. But by the mere fact that he selected his targets accurately and dealt with them without harming any other civilian means that there was already premeditated anger. There was already premeditated frustration. So Uganda police, Uganda prisons, Uganda People's Defense Forces, until you remove your head from the sun and accept that our security forces are working under unbearable conditions, that our security forces are undergoing a lot of mental problems, they have children that need to go to schools, and you're paying them 400,000. This is money that ministers are driving in 2 hours in the V8s. Why can't we pay our security forces well? Why can't we house them well? Why don't we medicate them well and appreciate what they do? The more we keep burying our heads in the sand and pretending that there is no problem, those security personnel who are complaining are just indisciplined, they are not indisciplined, there is an issue. So if you keep denying that there is no issue, when these junior officers shoot these senior officers, don't come to the media and begin pleading with us if anyone knows their whereabouts, if anyone knows their whereabouts. You should be coming to us telling us if you know any corrupt government official who is eating money that should have been used for adding salary for those security officers, then it would make sense. So if you have understood something, make use of it. If you have not understood, you can continue your way. Thank you.